Good evening. Please remain standing for the presentations of color, the Pledge of Allegiance, the Negro National Anthem, and the National Anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sing a song
full of the faith that the dark past has taught us.
Sing a song
Full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Sing a song
Full of the faith that the dark past has taught us.
Sing a song
Full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red alert, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you. Please be seated.
everybody. To the Atlanta Board of Education, the Atlanta Public Schools Senior Executive Leadership Team, the supportive KIPP Metro Atlanta region, the patient and fearless staff, the devoted and amazing parents, the dedicated team and family of KIPP and the KIPP Atlanta Collegiate Class of 2019, welcome. We are overjoyed to celebrate this momentous occasion for KAC. Since our doors opened in 2011, we had a vision for the future of its students and staff, a vision for the potential heights that we would be able to climb, and we have now reached the peak of that triumph. We have excelled beyond our vision, and now it is time for you, the class of 2019, to lay a path for your future. The former First Lady, Michelle Obama, recently stated, "Empower yourself with a good education. Then get out there and use your education to build a country worthy of your boundless promise." Please take those words to heart as you move forward on this journey of life. Through honor, humanity, innovation, tenacity, and unity, KIPP Atlanta Collegiate's class of 2019 has the ability to take on the challenges and joys of this world. We are here to honor the graduating class for what they have done and what they will continue to do as high school graduates bound for a lifetime of accomplishment. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Cameron Copeland, a senior senator for the School Government Association, who will be attending Auburn University in the fall.
Good evening. We are excited that you are able to join us for this awesome celebration. We have a few requests regarding the ceremony. First, we ask that you refrain from any flash photography or recording during the ceremony. We have a professional photographer who will take pictures of all students as they receive their diplomas, which will be available to you at a later date. We additionally ask that you remain in your seat for the entire ceremony. We understand each family is proud of their graduate, but we do ask that you refrain from using noisemakers or making noises that interrupt the program as students walk across the stage. Finally, we request that you please silence your cell phones. We thank you for helping us ensure that this graduation ceremony is special for each of our graduating students. The last thing you should know is that we are warriors, and we will not be fearful of what our future holds. Warriors stand strong, and we fight for what we want to accomplish no matter the obstacles that we face ahead. We are the kind of class who will take on our new journeys head on and continue to utilize our tenacious spirit as we conquer our new lives outside of high school. As we embark on our new journeys, we must keep the same characteristics of that inner warrior that are instilled in us these past 4 years. We must remember that all we have accomplished and continue to encourage ourselves as we embark on a new journey into the real world as we become adults. Remember that the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Again, welcome and please enjoy the celebration.
Today, it is my honor to introduce our Superintendent of Atlanta Public Schools, Dr. Maria Karstarfin. A graduate of the Harvard Graduate School of Education and a native of Selma, Alabama, she is in her 5th year as a district superintendent. Dr. Karstarfin has brought with her an impressive record in transformative educational leadership with nearly 25 years of education and experience in diverse major metropolitan public school districts. Under her leadership in Atlanta Public Schools, the district's graduation rate has increased by 20.8 percentage points from 59.1% in 2014 to 79.9% in 2018. Which is the highest graduation rate the district has achieved since the state aligned with the national standards in 2012. She credits the hardworking students seated as guests of honor, our families, and our educators for this dramatic improvement. Dr. Karstarfin is passionate about leading Atlanta Public Schools and living its mission every day, for students to be ready for college and career. Please join me in welcoming our superintendent, Dr. Maria Karstarfin.
I am indeed honored to be the superintendent for Atlanta Public Schools and of course to be here with the magnificent students of KIPP Collegiate. Warriors! Good evening, family, friends, educators, and of course, our graduates. Welcome as we celebrate KIPP, Atlanta Collegiate's graduating class of 2019. It is on this day, graduation day, that we are living at the mission of Atlanta Public Schools. You are looking at students who are really ready to graduate for college and careers. And the most beautiful moment of graduation today is when we actually see the 140 KIPP seniors cross this stage and into the next phase of their lives. And I know they're your babies. They're your babies. You're the daughters, the sons, the godchildren, the grandchildren, the brothers and sisters of so many. But when we look at them, we remember them as they grew up in Atlanta Public Schools. And I was just telling a student when we were all hanging out in the back a little bit, I was so shocked when I saw her turn the corner and walk down the hallway that it was really the perfect picture of a graduate. Absolutely beautiful students at KIPP Collegiate. You represent everything we strive to do in Atlanta Public Schools, and for that, as your superintendent, I could not be more proud. You deserve a ton of the credit, but I want you to know a couple of people who are behind the scenes, always looking out for you. I'd like to welcome our elected school board chair, Jason Estevez, vice chair, Ishay Collins, other board members, Erica Mitchell, Cynthia Briscoe Brown, and Leslie Grant. I'd also like to shout out our Executive Director for the Office of Innovation, Matt Underwood, and our Deputy Superintendent and your founder, David Jernigan. The KIPP Executive Director is here with us tonight. I love her to pieces, Kinnery Patel Smythe. Oh, come on, say hi. But most importantly, I'd like to thank your mightiest warrior and fighter for KIPP students, your principal, Shanika Perry. So as we prepare to confer your diplomas today, I'm so encouraged by the KIPP motto, work hard and be nice. Such a simple concept, yet I can tell you most adults don't know how to achieve it. And yet, you are truly embodying the spirit of that charge every day. Every one of you have persevered. Some of you have overcome incredible challenges and obstacles, but all of you have carved out bright futures for yourselves. And for this class of warriors, I want to share with your families and friends all that you have done, or as much as I can, in academics, athletics, arts, and citizenship. Working hard in academics, please recognize valedictorian, star student, and future lawyer, Triana Smith, and salutatorian and future surgeon, Demaria Thomas. And others who are working hard, please stand up. The 91 Achieve Atlanta Scholars, who are going to receive up to $20,000 over 4 years. And this class has earned $1.5 million alone in this scholarship program. The class of 2019 actually has a graduate from college already in their class. Chasn Singleton, please stand. She has earned her associate's degree in criminal justice from Atlanta Metropolitan State College as part of our dual enrollment program. Stand up, baby, your face is too pretty. Put the camera on her face. No, not that camera, the front camera. There, turn this way, sweetheart. Turn this way, turn, keep turning. There, stay right there. That's what I'm talking about. She's getting her dual enrollment, and so she's a college graduate and the first student at KIPP to earn such an honor. We are so proud of you. This class of warriors has been working hard in the arts. Fellow graduate Kenneth Butler received a $40,000 scholarship to study film and television at Full Sail University. Stay standing, because they did not get your beautiful gifts. You see yourself on the monitor, don't sit down. Wenzel Taylor received $30,000 to study culinary arts. at Johnson & Wales University. And would all the seniors who were part of the beautiful Sounds of Royalty please stand and be recognized? In athletics, you are indeed working hard, but beyond hard, you are grinding. As your girls' basketball team, Sky Moten, Precaria McGrady, Driana Smith, and McKindia Martin reach state playoffs. McKindia, along with Deja Backus and Nefertari Newman, led the girls' soccer team to a regional championship. When I talk to the seniors and the athletes in the room behind the stage, I want to also let you know that this school is filled with talent. Basketball players, stand, football players, baseball players, track, cross country, cheer, and dance. And we've talked about working hard, but I'm also going to talk about being really citizenship. This class logged an unbelievable 25,000 hours of community service. Warriors, I know you're incredibly appreciative of your education and your families, but I also want you to recognize them, your incredible teachers, your friends, your relatives, your parents and caregivers who came here for you today. Warriors! As you move into the world from KIPP Atlanta Collegiate, I hope you'll remain warriors and keep that fighting spirit. Wars are champions for other people, showing great vigor and courage. They stand together, fight for what's right together, and push on to win. Even though you go off to distant schools and opportunities, some of you straight into the workforce or into the military. You take that KIPP Collegiate fighting warrior spirit with you. In your battles ahead, continue to work hard, but work extra hard. Continue to be nice, but be extra nice. To overcome many disappointments and setbacks which just happen as part of life. The scholarship you didn't receive, the college you weren't accepted into, the classes you won't ace perfectly, the sorority or fraternity that chooses not to choose you, the crush who just isn't filling you, and the dream internship or job that you just don't land. The thing is, if you commit to pick yourself up in these moments of perceived defeat, you can still get up, win the next battle, and win your war for your life. And I don't want you to forget all of those who are here with you today, because they will be here with you tomorrow in person and sometimes in spirit, with you, scrapping alongside all the way. So on behalf of Atlanta Public Schools, it is with enormous pride that I say to you, the KIPP Atlanta Collegiate Class of 2019, congratulations and good luck. We love you and we will miss you.
Good evening, teachers, staff, family, friends, and the class of 2019. My name is Driana Smith, and it is my honor as valedictorian to be standing in front of you today as we come to the conclusion of the class of 2019's high school career. When I was put to the task to create this speech, to say the least, I was completely overwhelmed. I can't even count the times on my hands that my classmates asked me about it and what I was going to say. I did not want to make a speech that only resonated with me, but one that we could all take a look down memory lane with. We all have grown together as a family for the past 4 years. We all remember having to start school in July wearing white shirts and breaking wooden boards in 9th grade. Some of us can even go farther back to being hypnotized in 5th grade at KIPP Strive, Ways, or Vision, and having to earn our home rooms, desks, and even grade shirts. At the time, we did not understand why we were doing what we did, but it crafted us into young leaders who now understand the value of small things. Look at us right now. and all the events we have had as a class together over the last 2 years. We were the first class to receive our own junior week, climb Stone Mountain, receive Kente stoles at our pinning ceremony, and greatest of all, go to Grad Bash in Orlando, Florida. We are pioneers. We all remember running away from Mr. Hahn in the hallways in 9th grade, and even still now when we weren't wearing the correct outerwear, but then being completely caught off guard by how chilly it was on any of our trips. We all remember having Miss M as a teacher in 10th grade and almost wanted to rethink our whole lives when she told us to read 5 pages of a book for homework, and we thought we would nearly die. Of course, we can't forget about Tony's after-school rap battles and comebacks that make you think twice, and Tyree's Dr. Fonette that commands a room, and even Taryn's soft but do not try her personality. We have found a way to make our 4 years here enjoyable through all the stress. Although we may have our ups and downs like all families do, we somehow always find a way to unify and come together. Like when we all decided to have our own girls versus guys water balloon fight at the end of the school year, where, of course, the girls won, right? At the end of the day, we stick up for one another and always have each other's backs when challenges come our way. One thing we have all done and can remember clearly in our time at KAC has been complaining, and I'm pretty sure all the parents can attest to that. Whether it be about having to wear red cap pants in 9th grade, or having to eat our mystery meat lunch in 10th grade, to having to take 3 AP classes in 11th grade, and finally the color of a shirt at our senior picnic. Through all of our constant complaining about everything, and I mean everything, I'm pretty sure we can all say that our time at KIPP has taught us at least one thing, that you have to either find a way or make one. With being a smaller school without many of the same resources as others, we still have shown our creativity and strong willingness. This is one skill that we need to carry with us in the future. We have to be able to take our perceptions of injustice in the world and turn them into actions. We are the now generation and have everything at our fingertips to alter where we are and how we are perceived and treated. We have waited for the day we could be grown and do whatever we want for years now. And although some of us thought we were grown before, it's the real deal now. I've heard many of you all say, I can't do anything about that, or I can't change what's going on, when each and every one of you have the capabilities to change your surroundings. Reflect back on your last 4 years and think of all the hard work and tenacity that had to be utilized to get you to this exact moment. We have had to push past transportation issues, family crises, and emotional setbacks to get to this stage. We have somehow been able to find the light at the end of a tunnel and run for it as fast as we could. We persevered through for our families, those who look up to us, but most importantly, ourselves. Despite the trials and tribulations that may have been thrown our way to test us, we have come out as warriors. The road ahead won't be easy, but it will be worth it. We have so many people to thank for sticking with us through this journey and being able to see the purpose in us when we couldn't always see it. Most importantly, I want to thank God for guiding my steps through this process, my parents for always encouraging me to be the best at everything I do and not quit the hundreds of times I wanted to, my sister for always offering her experience to guide me along my ways, my brother for staying up and giving me company the countless nights I had to stay up till 4 a.m. to finish all my work, my many teachers and advisors who have helped me get here, and my family from World Changers. Lastly, I want to thank the class of 2019 for allowing me to serve as your president and giving me the best high school experience anyone could ask for. I can't wait to see where we are in the next 5 years. Thank you.
First, I have a request. I have planted many jokes inside of my speech, And it would make me very happy if you guys would just laugh. Just laugh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, staff and students, and most of all, the graduates of the class of 2019. I am Demaria Thomas, and I humbly stand before you today as KIPP Atlanta Collegiate's 2019 salutatorian. After 4 years of seemingly never-ending work, 4 years of late-night study sessions, 4 years of laughs, 4 years of memories, 4 years of overcoming setbacks, and most importantly, 4 years of preparation for our future, it is my absolute honor to speak on behalf of my remarkable class, especially on this remarkable occasion. Congratulations, 2019. Now let me be honest for a second. I am comfortable in a classroom. It's almost a safe house for me. If you were to ask me the derivative, or maybe even the antiderivative of a function, I would pull out my pencil and paper, and I would get to work. Thank you, Kossoff. If you were to ask me to write an essay, I would pull out my laptop and begin my research and create a masterpiece that even Miss Cole would enjoy reading. But when it came to writing this speech, I was somewhat at a loss. I spent a great amount of time staring at the computer, hoping that the words were going to appear before me. You see, I would type something, then delete it, then I would type it again, and then I would change it. So I decided to pull out the big guns. My mother, my grandmother, and a source I'm sure many of us used throughout our high school career, Google. Okay. Okay. I watched endless videos of speech after speech, and of course they were great, but none could compare or even express the joys and experiences that I have gained with this somewhat annoying yet lovable class of 2019. Now back to business. I would like to express sincere gratitude to everyone in this room who has contributed to the growth of each individual on this stage. You all must have a lot of patience to put up with the plethora of shenanigans that myself and my peers have thrown your way. You all were the glue to hold us together, the Velcro to temporarily patch things up, and in some cases, the wind to blow us from a detrimental path. To my family, shout out, who have endured my tantrums, my cries, my silliness, and just me in general, I thank you. You guys planted the seed that allowed me to grow into who I am today and who I will be in the future. I would like to give a very special shout out to my sister, Miana, who always seemed to get extremely busy with college when I needed her assistance. Thank you for your help and support throughout my very difficult senior year. The KIPP Foundation has overall had a profound impact on my life and my journey of education, starting at KIPP Ways Academy, a place that I will forever hold dear in my heart. I remember being a scared, shy, yet somewhat rebellious child. From pouting in Mr. Templeton's 5th grade math class to shaking Mr. Hossein's hand every day on the way to class, I was surrounded by love and a group of teachers who cared immensely about myself and my peers. I find it to be amazing that a similar joy I felt previously whenever we earned our chairs, our classrooms, or our lockers is exactly what I feel right now, not only for myself, but for my fellow graduates. That is because we were instilled with the values of team and family and hard work and dedication from a very young age. Upon matriculating into the halls of KIPP Atlanta Collegiate, I have had the pleasure of encountering and building great relationships with several teachers. Thank you, Briscoe. I am beyond appreciative of the academic rigor and opportunities provided to me, such as dual enrollment. These challenges have effectively prepared us for the next chapter of our lives. Thank you, KIPP. As many of the parents and educators in this room may know, in this class of 2019, we have an overwhelming number of strong-minded, strong-willed, and sometimes overly outspoken individuals who are ready and equipped to take a stand for what they believe in. But I come today with hopes of challenging my fellow classmates to go above and beyond and begin to take action. Just as Tony Robbins once stated, the path to success is to take massive, determined actions. Now, I know that much is easier than said than done. However, I also know the passionate group of individuals that sit before me today. If we can climb Stone Mountain as a class, we almost have the ability to do anything because that hike was no joke. If we can overcome the pain of disease that plagued the majority of us, including myself this year called senioritis, we surely have the capacity to reach our highest goals. Can I get an amen? Amen. Thank you. Throughout high school and my interactions with all of you, I will say that I have been impressed by some of the brightest and most determined students. You guys remind me of a lyric that I once heard. It goes something like, if you want Chanel, go and get it. You have all the power. You want success, go and get it. If you want a job, go and get it. If you want happiness, go and get it. You want a degree, go and get it. If you want to change the atmosphere surrounding healthcare, drug usage, gang violence, teen pregnancy, and even police shootings of African American males, go and do it. We can no longer sit in the shadows waiting for change to occur. We must take a stand and take these problems into our own hands. We hold the future to our society. An idea not coupled with action will never get any bigger than the brain cell that it occupied. Going forward, we will not have the ability to rely on our parents, our teachers, or even our mentors. You must advocate for yourself. Therefore, I have taken it upon myself to create an acronym to help our movement towards taking action. SOAR. S-O-A-R. I challenge you to soar, to stand firmly, to seek opportunities, to achieve, and to always reach higher. And with this, I leave to you a snippet of an amazing song that was shared with me by the lovely Mrs. Morton, my former theater teacher. It's all up to you, you're a winner too. Only you can see you through what life throws at you. Don't you ever think what life will be, what tomorrow leaves. When will you see? Once again, congratulations, class of 2019. The best to ever do it. I love you all. Toodles!
Good evening. That's a hard act to follow. The salutatorian is the second highest academic honor. The chosen student has the second highest ranking based on the grade point average in the graduating class. Please join me in applauding Demaria Thomas, who will be attending the University of Pennsylvania. The valedictorian is the highest academic honor one can attain. The chosen student has the highest ranking based on grade point average in the graduating class. Please join me in applauding Dreanna Smith, who will be attending the University of Georgia. Dreanna also is a class of 2019 Star student and was recognized in April at the Val Star Student Brunch. She had the highest SAT score in her graduating class and meeting all the other program requirements. Congratulations. The Atlanta Journal Cup is awarded to a senior who demonstrates leadership qualities, is active in the community, and has a winning attitude. Please congratulate Sydney Jeter for being awarded the AGC Senior Cup. Please come forth to receive your cup. The National Honor Society is the nation's premier organization established to recognize outstanding high school students. Scholars who are members of this prestigious organization, please stand. You may be seated. The mission of Beta Club is to promote the ideals of academic achievement, character, and service, and leadership among secondary school students. Scholars who are members of this organization, please stand to be acknowledged. Thank you.
Scholars who are recipients of the Achieve Atlanta Scholarship, please stand. Thank you. Dual enrollment is a program that academically outstanding high school students have an opportunity to enroll in undergraduate courses. Students that participated in this program, please stand. Thank you. Students in this category represent the top 10% of their class based on grade point average. If you fall into this category, please stand. Thank you. This year, we would like to recognize one senior who has the best attendance record. This scholar comes to school daily with a positive attitude. Khalil Spencer, please come forward to receive this award and be recognized. KAC recognizes one graduating senior as a recipient of the Warrior Award. This student was selected by the principal. The 2019 Warrior Award goes to Cameron Copeland. Please stand. Georgia Zell Miller Scholarship available to Georgia residents. Scholarships that have been awarded the Zell Miller Scholarship, please stand. Thank you. We recognize scholars who have earned a 21 or higher on the ACT and scholars who have earned 1,100 or more on the SAT. Scholars, please stand to be recognized. Thank you. Georgia Hope Scholarship, awarded to Georgia residents, provides money to assist with post-secondary education. If you have been awarded this scholarship, please stand. Thank you. Lastly, the class of 2019 has been awarded over $10 million in scholarships. All scholars that have been awarded scholarships, please stand. Thank you. Please join me in congratulating all of the hard work and diligence exemplified by KIPP Atlanta Collegiate's class of 2019.
Get my future with purpose, within my future with purpose. I just wanna keep my dreams alive. Word to my brother, I'm just trying to graduate to show my father and mother that I'm just black and I went farther than others. Yeah, with people who knew me, who knew that I was just truly had my back and I knew truly here that I came with music in my veins. Let my people make the lane, let my people go insane. About these 4 years and last years I done made, How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything that I've been through, you were standing by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Going from papers to working, I ain't talking about that 9 to 5, I gotta grind. You trying to make my time perfect, yo, I gotta shine. You want my only soul, I ain't gotta sign. I make my own money, you ain't gotta chime. We just want it all, coming from the east side. I knew my family can't hide my fam I created. I used to be so mistaken by people looking at me. All the time when I rhyme, I just wanna spread my ways and keys. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything that I've been through, you were standing by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
So let the light guide your way. Hold every memory as you go. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Good evening, team and family. My name is Kinnery Patel Smythe, and I have the very honor of being our executive director with KIPP Metro Atlanta Schools. Together, we're able to educate more than 3,800 scholars across our 9 schools, and this event is my favorite. It's a time where we get to celebrate all of the accomplishments of our class of 2019 from this chapter of your life, while we open the doors for the next chapter. Students, families, staff members, and extended team and family members of KIPP Atlanta Collegiate, thank you for working so hard and for being so nice to make this day possible. I know that your future is so bright, and I look forward to watching you create the world that you deserve to live in. I'm excited to hand it over to Mr. Jandre Pryor, our Chief Schools Officer for Secondary Schools, to share some words of wisdom with you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Kinnery. Good evening. My name is Jandre Pryor, the Chief Schools Officer for KIPP Metro Atlanta. I'm going to read a quote to you, scholars. The biggest deficit that we have in our society and in the world right now is an empathy deficit. We are in great need of people being able to stand in someone else's shoes and see the world through their eyes. We live in a culture that discourages empathy, a culture that too often tells us our principal goal in life is to be rich, thin, young, famous, and entertained. Empathy is a quality of character that can change the world. These are the words of the 44th President of the United States of America, President Barack Obama. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes and seeing the world through their eyes is the first step to transforming our society. We need leaders that are powerful, articulate, emotionally intelligent, and most of all, empathetic to help solve our problems. We need leaders like you, the graduating class of KIPP Atlanta Collegiate. Go forth and take charge.
On this day in history, May 21st, 1917, the Great Fire of Atlanta tore through the Old Fourth Ward and the West End, burning for nearly 10 hours. The fire destroyed 300 acres of land, 1,900 buildings, and displaced 10,000 people from their homes. When you adjust for inflation, the damages were about $100 million. If you can believe it, there was only one casualty that day, and she reportedly died of shock. The only way the fire ended was by proactively using dynamite to blow up houses in the path of the fire to create a break. The answer was not to wait it out or simply watch the destruction continue until there was nothing left. The Great Fire of 1917 in Atlanta ended because people recognized that productive destruction can sometimes be the answer. Now, we're not talking about Daenerys Targaryen, Game of Thrones type destruction, where lives are lost. Remember, there was no direct casualty of the Great Fire. We're talking purposeful, planned, productive destruction and dismantling of structures to create a reprieve, an end of needless suffering. Class of 2019, you're following the footsteps of many Black and brown graduates that have preceded you in inheriting a world that is unfortunately still on fire. We need you to join the efforts to proactively and productively blow some stuff up. The goal is not random, however, so keep in mind that there are specific targets for your annihilation. What, you may ask? Social, economic, racial, and gender injustice, the attack on women's rights, the criminalization of Black men, wage inequality, blow all that up. Sexism, homophobia, xenophobia, colorism, ableism, and racism, the quest for instant gratification over lifelong happiness and joy, feelings of being less than, blow that up too. The quote adorning your program by Michelle Obama is no accident. Empower yourselves with good education, then get out there and use your education to build a country worthy of your boundless promise. Building that country may involve a little annihilation along the way, and that's okay. You were built for it. You were born for this. I've seen your growth over the last 4 years, and I know that you are capable of greatness. All of us in this room believe in you. Don't settle. There's still a fire out there. In The Fire Next Time, James Baldwin claimed the following: you were born into a society that spelled out with brutal clarity and in as many ways as possible that you were a worthless human being. You are not expected to aspire to excellence. You were expected to make peace with mediocrity. But that's not an option for any of you because you know who you are. You know your identity, your self-worth, and your absolute greatness endowed by a power more magnificent than any of us. You know your past, your history, and the power of your story. You know you are loved, valued, seen, and appreciated for the magic you possess. You know who you are. So who are you? What is your purpose? How? When is the time to be a warrior? Now! When do we clock out? Never! Who are we, KIPP Atlanta Collegiate? Warriors! Standing on the shoulders of giants and proud by the spirit of our ancestors. Yes. Yes, indeed. We couldn't be any prouder of you if we tried. We couldn't have more faith in you if we tried. You are destined for greatness, and we can't wait to see how your class helps to put out the fire. We can't ask you to do any of the work required, though, without first presenting you with these diplomas. It is that time, good people. Congratulations.
Deshaun Marquette Ashton. Jordan Isaiah Jerwayne Brown. Chancellor Barrington Bouchel. Kenneth Malik Butler. Joshua Leanthony Amos Cheney. Martinez Quantavious Character. Jalen Arshawn Clark. Rayshawn Alston Clark. Anthony Nathaniel Copeland. Christopher Rayshawn Dumas. David Lee Austin Ellis. Deontay Jamal Frost. Jarrell Clifton Gaines. Christian Deshaun Garrett. Tyrone Demetrius Godfrey. Keyshawn Miko Gray. Tyshawn Romel Green. Willis Mario Green Jr. Christian Michael Hammonds Foster. Devontae Tyree Harris. Zachary Miles Jackson. Jerome LeBar Jenkins Jr. Marquez Brashard Johnson. Marquise Brashawn Johnson. Deja Canaria Mayana Backus. Ariana Chanel Basquette. Tamaya Carla Yolanda Beck. Shanice LaShawn Bennett. Jada Denise Brewer. Beyonce Raven Nataria Brown. Jemiah Chantrell Brown. Milan Andrea Cameron. Shalonda Lynette Carson. Cameron Ann Copeland. Jemiah Lachelle Copeland.
Akila Ayana Doty. Monique Kanzada Douglas. Nicholas Emmanuel Josiah King. Eric Elijah Lewis. Draylon Quadrell Love. Joshua Zion Lloyd. Jalen Henderson Majors McDowell. Justice Alexander Majors McDowell. Kiana Kiera Fitzgerald. Trinique Trevette Francis. Deja Ariana Goodlow Vintez. Zynam Alexandria Goodlow Vintez. Kayla Elon Graham. Mackenzie Eleanor Gresham. Aviana Dinesha Nicole Griggs. Kimberly Ann Geis. Securia Charnay Harris. Amani Janae Harvell. Zanaya Jewel Yvonne Hillsman. Shakira Janae Jackson. Zaria Nichelle Jackson. India Nigeria Johnson. Napoleon Metters V. Myron MacArthur Miles Clayton. Ishmael Muhammad. Tyree James Norwood. Wanye Deshard Palmer. William Franklin Paramount III. Micaiah Nishay Johnson. Makina Quintia Johnson. Tanaya Nikia Monet Johnson. Jamesia Christina Jones. Tariana Lachey Jones. Tamaya Denise Landry. Brianna Alexis Ledbetter.
Sheree Shakira Lee Brown. Tatiana Monique Lott. Raven LaRose Lundy. Jalen Latanya Malden. Makindia Jawah Martin. Armani Shemaya Patrice Mathis. Prakaria Alyssa McGrady. Uriah Laronza Richardson. Travion Tyree Rucker. Christian Jadil Samuel. Nazir Hanif Shakir. Khalil Jakim Spencer. Wendell Artez Stepp Jr. Sada McCarty. Gigi Katerina Mitchell. Arjane Santicia Moore. Sky Madison Moten. Nefertari Ariana Newman. Callie Amari Olasimbo. Zykora Monet Oliver. Jayla Real Parrish. Tasia Shemaya Passmore. Tony Nicole Phillips. Rochelle Denise Ridley. Dallas Zian Smith Sims. Elena Nicole Smith. Jada Aaliyah Smith. Wenzel Elias Taylor. John Richard Thomas III. Triquez Lamonte Tillery. Anthony Milo Towns Jr. III. Tony Trigger Jr. Hollis Vaughn Tullis Jr. Kendall Janae Smith. Christina Patricia Smith.
Kanaya Kenya Stanley. Verliza Makaya Stigo. Taryn Michaela Stepney. Kiana Kaniasia Strozier. Shakira Rosemary Stiles. Anaya Gabrielle Suarez. Quintiana Denise Taylor. Shauna Nicole Welch. Denisha Tavera White. Jakeisha Keyshawn White. Shadiah Lavetta Wilson. Kinsley Antonia Yarbrough. Victor Edet Umaran II. Isaiah Lamar Weaver. Lennox Christian Lee Wortham. Isaiah James Richburg. Jonathan Rios Reyes. Jada Lynette Anthony. Alana Monique Beatles. Veronica Michaela Davis. Kennison Joyce DeGrasse. Esther Naomi Geis. Priya Eileen Hemphill. Sydney Danielle Jeter. Driana Beyonce Elaine Smith. Demaria Andrees Thomas. Demaya Latay Johnson. Jakaya Mishan Murray. Chazin Singleton, graduating also with an associate in science. Anaya Markia Smith. Shakaya Alexis Stajo. Denija Baina Wiggins. Kaya Ashanti Sila Young. Mashad Christopher Strozier. And Anthony Lamar Walker III.
Class of 2019, your principal has verified that you have completed all the requirements set forth for graduation by the state of Georgia and the Atlanta Board of Education. By the power vested in me by the Atlanta Public Schools Board of Education, I hereby certify you as graduates of the class of 2019.
in witness thereof, and on the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby declare the 2019 KIPP Atlanta Collegiate class as graduates, awarded a duly certified diploma. Securia Harris. Martinez Character. Please come forth to lead your classmates in the turning of the tassel.